Hello and welcome to SeeNoBounds Live. Today is going to be all about how you can build your own medicine cabinet. And what we mean by that? Well, let's welcome Sue Boswell from doTERRA. And how are you today, Sue? Welcome to the show.
Very well, thank you. And thank you very much for having me. And thank you for all the help that SeeNoBounds has sent my way.
Oh, it's been amazing. I love the fact that you promote little free samples so people can test them out, because that is really how you can get the best and know what they can do for you. And that's how we discovered doTERRA. So first of all, tell us a little bit about your background and why you chose to sort of work with doTERRA.
Yeah, so 6 years ago, 2017, I was struggling with acid reflux. I'd even had surgery on my chest. And the lady suggested that I should try doTERRA's peppermint oil. I was reluctant. I won't go into the whole story, but because the person was reluctant, I decided I'd give it a go. And what I did, she told me to put a little drop on my finger and to just pop it on my tongue when I felt the discomfort. I was a little bit reluctant to do that because it was my understanding that you couldn't use essential oils internally, which is not the case with doTERRA. Not all of them, but most of them you can use internally. And I did try the peppermint for my acid reflux and it worked a treat. And from there, we used our friends and family as guinea pigs with different ailments. And that's where all the journey began.
Oh, and I've actually got one of those little introductory offers. And the peppermint is in there. And that's how we discovered it, because Jamie has also got the same sort of issue. And every time he used other prescription drugs and things like that, they just took a long time to work or they didn't work at all. But with the peppermint oil, he found that it's absolutely instant and it's absolutely fantastic. So you can have one of those little introductory kits to sort of get started, can't you? But we're going to go into a bit more detail. So tell me a little bit about how you have built up your medicine cabinet.
So what doTERRA do is they make it easy really for people when they're first getting started, and they put 10 of the core oils together in one box. I've got one here that I can show you. And if you have the 10 oils, it pretty much means it's a little box like that. I think you've got one, Charlott, anyway.
I have, yes, and I absolutely love it because I use it for all sorts of different things.
Yeah, and once you've got those 10 oils, it doesn't really matter what crops up. There's going to be something there that's going to be able to help you if you do have an issue at all. Generally, it's good to work that hand in hand with a little booklet that I like people to have. It's a basics booklet teaching you about the natural medicine cabinet. So whatever it is, you can look up in the booklet what's troubling you, and there'll be something you'll be referred to in the basics booklet that you can use to help you quite naturally. And without side effects, and of course without prescription charges.
And it's just a relief to be able to use something that feels more natural. But I think the one thing people are really skeptical on, because I actually studied aromatherapy back in the day, many moons ago, and a lot of the confusion, I think, is you can buy a lavender oil in the supermarket for £2, right? Or you can buy a lavender oil from you. I don't know exact prices, but what is the difference and why does it work?
So obviously we have I can tell you the exact price here. So a bottle of lavender here would be, it retails at £33, but if you're a member, our members get discounts, it's £24.75. That is for 300 drops, but it's because the oils are pure. There's no added extras in there. A lot of what we buy on the market out there is full of chemicals and fillers. Often one of the fillers is hexane, which is something that's found in petrol. So we really don't want to be putting that in our body. I mean, we've had occasions where people think they're allergic to one of the oils, and actually it's not the oil they're allergic to. It's one of the fillers that's been put in the bottle with it. And if anybody's got a scientific brain and wants to see how all this stacks up, it's all there. It's all a Google search away, right down to the last molecule and the last free radical as well.
So I'm really interested in, because like you, I've heard a lot of the times that you can't use them internally, but I've used doTERRA oils internally when I feel like a cold is coming on. You gave me a little recipe for a little prescribed sort of cocktail mix of essential oils, which worked a treat. I must say, it didn't get rid of the whole sore throat, but it certainly helped in so many ways. So how come that we can use, I know they are obviously pure essential oils, but you can't use all pure essential oils internally, or can you?
Most of doTERRAs you can. Some of them it's not the recommended guidance, depending on what we're treating. But the problem that we have is you'll go into a shop, health shop, pharmacy, online, wherever it is, to buy an oil, and it will say pure oil on it. There's no standardization to stop people putting that on it. So that's why we need to be very, very careful. So we need to check the ingredients. And also, it's got to be a clue. If you look on there and it says do not take internally, then perhaps it's not pure. So there are many, many oils out there. I mean, I've play a game sometimes when I'm at a shopping centre or a health shop. Oh, this says 100% pure. How come I can't take it internally then?
It's interesting. Somebody was stood in the queue behind me the other day buying something for refluxes, like you said. And I just wanted to tell her, please just go and buy peppermint oil. It will be cheaper in the long run. So when we're going to talk, so we're going to have, we have events coming up all the time. And I know you run them as well. SeeNoBounds run them. So it's about basically educating people and making them more aware of how they can use the oil. So tell me a little bit about those sort of events that are running on a regular basis.
Okay, so we run webinars on my husband and I on a regular basis 3 times a week. You can go on the SeeNoBounds platform and you can see them all there. They're Tuesdays at 1 p.m, Thursdays 7 p.m, Saturdays 12 noon. You can come on there for an hour. You can learn about a little bit about doTERRA, so you know that they're not a flash in the pan company. You can then learn about the 10 core oils that make up the natural medicine cabinet and the best way to go about putting your hands on them and maybe getting those membership discounts. And then also SeeNoBounds is such a great platform, and every so often I'll be doing a Get Inspired session on there, which I've got one coming up this Friday on the 10th of November, where again, and beforehand there's still time where you can actually get some free samples ready for that session. You don't have to have them, but if possible, have them ready, because I like to do a little experiment on people with the peppermint and the wild orange.
Oh, the wild orange is just gorgeous. And if you haven't got that in your medicine cabinet, it's a pick-me-up, isn't it? In the afternoon when you feel like you're slumping a little bit, it's just you rub a little bit in. And yeah, if you want to find out more, we're going to do it all on Friday, all together. So if you're a little bit curious about essential oils and so on, it's well worth coming along. It's not a sales pitch at all. It's all about finding out more about how you can use them at home and what they can be used for. So one of the most sort of questions I get is, what's best for relaxation? Because a lot of people have tried the alternative lavender oils that could be mixed with other things. And they say, oh, lavender doesn't work for relaxation. So what's your experience with the doTERRA oils?
So if somebody says to me, I've tried lavender and it doesn't work, I would say try doTERRA's lavender, because it is in a different league. You've only got to smell it to know that. I mean, ask me for a free sample, I'll send you one. And it's just, it's just amazing, and it will help you to relax. Some people need more relaxation than that. And we've got a lovely restful blend called Serenity, which contains lavender and some other oils as well, which is even more powerful to help with relaxation. But the lavender is certainly a good one for resting, as long as it's pure.
As long as it's pure. On that note, I'm going to say thank you so much, Sue, for joining me. It's always so lovely to have you on board, and also to make the awareness that you don't have to use prescribed drugs and things. There are alternatives that you can use for lots of different things. So if you want to find out more, or how to host a party, or how to learn more about doTERRA, then join us on Friday, the 10th of November at 9 a.m. till 10 a.m. and you can learn all about it. Now get your samples ready, and we shall see you very soon. Take care. Have a lovely day. Thank you, Sue.
Thanks. Bye.
Bye.